everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Lucy and today we're here for another installment of how many books can Lucy physically acquire in 1 month. Challenge accepted. So it is my monthly book haul and I acquired a lot of books in July and I haven't really bought any books, so that's why I'm confused. I'm like, how are these coming to me? But anyway, let's get on with the books that I got in July. There is a lot of them, stay tuned. Okay, so July was quite a bookish month for me. There was a blog evening that I hosted at Orion, and there was also the Young Adult LitCon. So in between those two things, I've acquired quite a lot of books. So the first book that I got is a really hefty proof, and it is 12 Kings by Bradley Booley. And this is a book that Glance are publishing, the publishing company that I work for. So basically this book is a fantasy novel with a really, really badass female character, and oh my god, the actual proof is stunning. And I just feel like this is going to be such a brilliant fantasy read, and I just can't wait to read this book. It's probably going to take me a while, but it's going to be one of those really epic fantasy books that you just like need to just dive into and give it like the time it needs. So I can't wait to get through this. Also, the cover, the final cover, is stunning, so look that up when you get a second. It's beautiful. The second two books are books in a series, and they are The Boy with the Porcelain Blade and The Boy Who Wept Blood by Den Patrick. So this is another fantasy series, lots of sword fights, lots of action, lots of kind of plot twist and betrayal, and I can't wait to get into these books. I think the covers are stunning, and I've just heard so much about these books and I can't wait to read these. The author is also lovely, so please do check these out when you get a second. Okay, so the next book is The Falconer by Elizabeth May, and this book is another fantasy series. Can you sense a theme here? So this is basically Buffy the Vampire Slayer in corsets in Edinburgh. And that just sounds absolutely awesome. I just think it's going to be really badass. And I think this series can be compared to like any of the badass female characters that we know and love, like Selena from Throne of Glass, and I just can't wait to get into this. I've been meaning to read this for ages, and I've seen this like out and about for so many years, and now I'm actually just going to dive in and read this. So I really can't wait for this, and let me know if you've read this and what you thought of it. Okay, so the next book is another proof from Glance, and it is The House of Shattered Wings by Aliette de Bodard. So we were giving these proofs out at our stand at Yalk, and these literally went so quickly. We played this kind of Twitter game that anyone who came up and shouted wings at us won a copy. So this book is just absolutely stunning. I mean, the cover's gorgeous. This book is a war between heaven and hell set in Paris. This is really kind of a gothic fantasy work, and I just can't wait to read this. Everyone at work has been talking about how much they love this as well, so I just need to dive in. This also comes out in August, so you don't have long to wait at all, so please do pick this up if you think it sounds great, and I just can't wait to get around to reading this. And if you're excited about it, let me know down in the comments. Okay, so the next book is another proof, and it is Raw Blood by Katrina Ward. So this comes out in September, and this is a gothic adult fiction book, and it is about this curse that is on this family, and if they fall in love, then everyone around them kind of dies. So it's going to be really kind of creepy, and I'm going to try and read this around Halloween just because I think it'll be perfect Halloween reading, especially when we get into autumn, which I can't wait for. I'm kind of done with summer now. So I really want to get into these really dark gothic mysteries, and I think this one will be perfect. So the next book is another proof, and it is In a Dark, Dark Wood by Ruth Ware. And this book is a crime novel. I think it's a crime thriller, and it's about someone who gets murdered at a wedding. So the subtitle there is Someone Gets Married, Someone Gets Murdered, which it sounds really, really interesting, and I've seen so many good reviews of this too. So I can't wait to read this. It'll be quite outside my comfort zone, but you know what? I kind of need to read outside my comfort zone, I think. So I really, really can't wait to get around to this one too. So as I said, I also went to Yalk this month, which meant a lot more books, and I actually ended up picking up City of Bones by Cassandra Clare as she was doing a signing at Yalk, and I got my book signed and I met her, and it was just the most amazing thing. I love her. She's one of my most favourite authors of all time, so like meeting her was a bit of a dream for me, and yeah, I'm so pleased I got this signed. It was the first book of hers I fell in love with, and for some reason I've also got a second copy. Not sure how I got this, But if you follow me on Twitter, I'll be giving this new UK paperback away on Twitter. So make sure to follow me at Belle Reads and you can see how to win this copy. I also attended the blogger brunch at Yalk, and in our goodie bags we had 3 proofs which are coming out later this year. The first proof was Stone Rider, and this is by David Hoffmay, and this has been published by Penguin. It's out in, oh, it's already been out, it was out in July. But I think this is like a YA kind of dystopian, I think. And it's about motorbikes, and it's got a male protagonist, and this has already been optioned for a film, I think, so probably lots coming up from this author, which is quite exciting. The second book in our goodie bags was Silence is Goldfish by Annabelle Pitcher. This is coming out in October this year, and this is about a girl who goes through something quite traumatic and she stops speaking, she becomes a mute. And the way Annabelle described this at the blog this morning was just so brilliant, and it just made me really want to read this. So I can't wait to get around to reading this one. So yeah, I've always wanted to read something by this author, so I'm excited to get around to reading this. And the final book in our goodie bags was These Shallow Graves by Jennifer Donnelly. Now this is a really gorgeous proof by Hotkey. This is also coming out in October. I have no idea what this is about. I know it's really, really bad. It's a huge book as well. I think this is set in New York City. It's about a girl whose dad gets like murdered or something. But it sounds really great, and I've heard a lot of hype about this author. So no doubt this one will be fantastic, and I'll be reading this later this year. So guys, that is it for my July book haul. I got quite a lot of books, as you can tell. Leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you guys picked up in July, if you attended Yelp, and what books you bought there. And until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!